Hi guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 78, and today we're going to be giving you an update on the first 8 patients that we fit with Lyric about a week and a half ago at this point. But before I get into the update, if you could do me a huge favor and click the like button, it really helps out the channel, helps these videos get in front of more people. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that subscribe button with the notification bell so you always get notified every time I post a new video. Okay. Getting that out of the way, what I'm going to be talking about again is the 8 individuals that we fit with Lyric in the first week that we were fitting Lyric, and we were able to obtain our Lyric certification, which was fantastic. And the fitting day, just to give you kind of a recap, was really successful. Every single one of the individuals that we had come in for this final fitting day was, we were able to get the devices inside of their ears and they were able to go home with those devices. But we did have a couple of individuals that did not do very well with them, even though the majority of individuals that we fit did do well with them. So we had a couple individuals, one individual came back literally the exact same day, the first person that we fit, because the one in her right ear was starting to work its way out a little bit. So she came back in, we repositioned it, and she seemed to be pretty good. But then she ended up coming back at the 1 week follow-up point, and she had to basically take both of the hearing aids out of her ears. I believe the left one was just physically uncomfortable for her, but because she had to take that one out because it was uncomfortable, the right one she wanted to take out as well, and she went ahead and put back in her receiver and canal hearing aids that she's been using for quite some time. She did report, though, that while she did have the devices in, that music sounded amazing to her. So, and that was the thing that she noticed the most, outside of, yes, she is hearing better, and it seemed to be as equally well as she heard with her behind-the-ear hearing aids. So the question becomes is, can we get her to have success by adjusting the placement or size of the devices in her ears? And that is in fact what we did. We replaced devices in her ears. We went a size smaller than what we thought was right for her. And so far, she hasn't called back saying that she had to take them out or anything like that. So I think there's potential that even though she had to remove them in that first week, that she ended up getting a good fit the second time around, and I guess we'll see. So I'll give you an update on that when we find out. We had another individual who made it 24 hours, and he was just like, I just don't like these at all, and I'm gonna take them out because I really like my receiver and the canal hearing aids that I fit in him in his ears. About 6 to 8 months ago or so. He just really likes the digital aspect of them. He likes being able to do the phone calls and the streaming, all of that stuff, which is fine. We had someone else who came in really successful, really happy with his performance of the Lyric devices, even for his 1 week. But then a couple days after he came in for his 1 week follow-up, he reported that he had to pull one out because he had some pain in one of his ears while he was sleeping, and he ended up pulling the device out because it got so painful, and there was actually blood on the end of the Lyric device. So that is obviously not a good thing. He actually says he's hearing really well with the other one that's in his other ear, and it's very comfortable, can't even tell that it's there, and he's going to keep it in his ear as he goes out of town. He ends up working at different conferences, things like that. So he wants it in his ear so he can test it out there, but he is going to come back in here in about 10 days to 2 weeks for us to take a look inside of his ear canal, see if it's even possible to replace a device in that particular ear, and just see if we can orient it in a different way to make it more comfortable. But other than that, we had another individual that just felt like she was being bombarded too much with too much sound, which is definitely possible. She's been a hearing aid user consistently with me for about the past year, and she was just as happy to go back to her other devices. It wasn't really worth, trying out different devices in her ears. So it is what it is. Again, Lyric is not right for everybody. Typically, it's about 75% of patients with these new Lyric 4 devices that have success with them. But the other individuals that had success with these devices, of that first batch of 8 individuals that we fit, they're loving them, to be quite honest with you. And every single one of them did have hearing treatment before, so they have something perspective-wise to compare the performance of Lyric versus their either behind-the-ear hearing aids or in-the-ear hearing aids that they had been using prior to attempting Lyric, which is really hopeful. I mean, The Lyric device is very unique. There are things about the Lyric device that some people find to be like, do I really want a single channel hearing aid in my ear? Do I really want to have an analog device in my ear? Is it going to be comfortable inside of my ear and all of that? And for the majority of the individuals that we fit, the answer to all of those things are that it's going to be effective, right? It sounds good. The analog typically even sounds better than digital. Even though it's a single channel, you typically can't tell. One of the patients actually made the remark that it's like getting my natural hearing back, or the type of hearing like God intended. And it's just really cool to hear feedback like that. Now, we have fit other individuals with Lyric since that first batch of 8, and some of them, and we'll just say it like this, probably another 7 to 8 individuals since that first batch of individuals that we fit, and some of them we were not able to get a successful fitting on. So we did start running into some issues with some patients that either their ear canals were not deep enough, or the diameter of their ear canals were not wide enough for us to get even the extra small inside of their ear canals. And then some individuals, even though they had good depth and good diameter, they just could not take the insertion. They didn't like the way that it felt going inside of their ear, and we just didn't have very much success. I did have one patient that had very short ear canals, and we attempted to get it in her ear anyway, and safely, of course. But I think that she might have success even with a much shallower fit than what you would typically want with a Lyric device. But again, here in another week, I'll be able to give some feedback on that. But by and large, I would say that our initial week or 2, I guess at this point, has been pretty successful with Lyric. We'll see if we end up having the same industry standard of 75% success rate with Lyric. It's really cool to be able to offer this type of a treatment for individuals who have difficulty with finger dexterity, not able to get devices inside of their ears. Some individuals who just don't, or they haven't worked their daily wear devices, meaning their receiver and canal or their removable invisible in the canal hearing aids, they're just not consistent with them. So it's nice just to place a device inside of their ears and basically give them back 24/7 hearing, and they don't have to mess with anything. We haven't had anyone have an issue with skydiving, scuba diving, or getting an MRI yet, so we haven't had to proactively remove devices out of anyone's ears for that reason. But I think that the biggest thing that we need to identify now is that over the course of a 2-month time period before we actually exchange devices inside of these patients' ear canals is, will the ear canal health be there? I mean, we've already had one situation where someone actually had bleeding occur in their ear. I'm hoping that's because of a placement issue, or I don't know, maybe they stuck a Q-tip inside of their ear to try to adjust it themselves. I don't know yet, but I'm sure we'll find that out fairly soon. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, there are a lot of clinics in the United States anyway that are extremely successful at fitting Lyric, and they have a lot of patients who just absolutely love their Lyric hearing aids, but it's not for everybody at the same time. There are some individuals who just do significantly better, or who are better suited for a daily wear device as opposed to an extended wear device like Lyric. So I'll keep paying attention to it, of course, and I'll keep giving you guys feedback. I know that there's been a lot of Lyric content here in the past couple of weeks. I am going to be posting a review video for the Lyric hearing aid probably in the next week or 2, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But if you followed my request to subscribe to the channel and get notifications, then you'll be notified when that Lyric review video comes out. So that being said, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, of course, give it that thumbs up, and as always, I'll see you next week.